Sinbad has finally drawn the straw on all of his friends right now. Like, he has done it now. It's like he has no longer got anyone to back him up apart from that piece of shit Arbor. After everything he's done and all that, no one's trusting him after that. Even his closest friend at this point tried one more time, and now here we are and all that on the 320th chapter of Magi. Finally, Sinbad has now gone to the Sacred Palace to go and confront everything. So immediately this chapter started off when we got to see what exactly Sinbad was like. What the fuck are you talking about, Arbor? About the Sacred Palace and all that. It's like, this is our last opportunity and all that. And it's like, what are you even talking about and all that? Saying like, look, you know, the keys and all that, like the metal vessels themselves can serve as the key to get in there. And I think, you know, we might be able to possibly open that door itself by using the metal vessels. You have quite a lot of them on your own and all that, and they're saying the metal vessels were originally based on the sacred staffs that connected humans to God itself. We can use this as a key. We can do something with this. And it's just like, you know, but he's like, I can't do anything about it because I've exhausted myself like Magi against like Aladdin. And just like immediately Sinbad was like kind of like joking a little bit with that. I say she's like, I'm doubtful that I'm even a singularity to begin with and all that. You know, I'm starting to lose the voice and all that. He's like, you can hear it and all that, but it's getting harder and harder to hear it, isn't it? That's because you're exceeding your human limits and becoming a great existence. It's like she is clearly like fucking with Sinbad. It's like, oh, this is the reason. It's like he's not there because he's clearly like either moved into like Arbor's like body and all that, used that as a vessel. He's gone somewhere else, and they're using this honestly to trick him. And it's like we can use this as like, please, if you go to the Sacred Palace and all that, you can see the destinies in its entirety. You can rewrite destiny itself and all that. We have to do it now and all that. You know, with like, you know, like all the metal vessels at our disposal are further going to decrease and all that. You know, we need to put our lives on the line about this, Sinbad. Come on, you need to do this. And it's just like, why are you forcing me so much for this stuff and all that? Force me down this path and all that when we have a 1% chance of like, you know, the time of the 1,000 years witch is no more and all that. Aladdin's like completely destroyed your power and you're trying to force it, like, yeah, at the end, like in this life, like you're just pitiful. And then even after all this and all that, he gets up, thinks about it, and then like he has his best friend slash closest for like alliance like guy there. Like you have Jafar talking about like, dude, like we can sort this out. All you got, like, I'm gonna give you some counsel. Just apologize to like Empress Kyogyoku immediately. We can reunite this alliance and all that, the Seven Seas Alliance and the world. We can do everything about that. And honestly, Sinbad just goes there and just says, "There's no point. Fuck it." Fuck it. There is no point. The world is throwing itself into a fucking flow of destiny. What I like foreseen and all that. You know, in like 100 years, 1,000 years from now, the present like peace that we've built up right now will be gone, and there'll be war. And like, it's just as like 100 or 1,000 years from now and all that. It's just like, Sinbad, this is the problem. You're focusing on the future. You're not focusing on the here and now. We've achieved peace. We've got this world under control. And it's like, we're not going to be there to guide that light. And that's why Sinbad's like, no, because I don't trust anyone else but myself. Not even my closest comrades that I've built all this time and all that. And Jafar just snaps at him. He's like, you're pathetic. I could like think to myself, like, you know, this is my lord that I've like, you know, done everything for, and he's such a weak man and all that. You've looked at the difference and all that, you know, we were aware of this possibility and all that, that there's got a problem, like, you know, 100, 200 years, like, you know, there's someone who make a vow and rise to the occasion, you know, but it won't be you, your children, or your men, you know, it's got to be other people like you. And it's just like, people like you and all that are like king vessels. You do your best and all that as head of states and all that, and like, isn't that good enough? Like, is that not good enough, like, being a man that like brought peace upon the world, like, as of today, and not being there? It's like, you know, what the, like, it don't matter. Don't run away from the present. Stop thinking about the past. Stop thinking about the future. You gotta think about the here and now and all that. And he's like saying, like, you know, one of my old friends tell me this so bluntly, and then I better get a grip of myself. You're right. And they're being, haha, yeah, and all that. I'll just do it. And then immediately, right then and there, goes against his back, and he's like, I'm gonna do it no than less, and like, you know, let's go to the Sacred Palace, Arbor. And I'm like, oh my, this guy just literally, like, he could, like, how can he do this, like, honestly, where it's just like, he genuinely thinks at, like, at this point in a lot, like, even with, like, we're seeing with Aladdin, when he's taught, like, Aladdin taught him, and it's like, no, you're wrong, I'm genuinely there, and it's like, I can do this and all that, and it's like, he, honestly, and it's so hard to do it, because it's like, I've had conversations like this before, where it's like, you talk to someone, you generally like try and attempt to reason with them and saying like, no man, like listen to my side of the story, listen to this isn't a good decision, like you're good with everything you got, and they've been like, and they'll be like, yeah, you're right, and then you just do it behind your back, and it's just like, oh my god, it's the most infuriating thing in the world. And it's like, you can't, like, what can you do in this like scenario? Like, what can you do where it's like, he's the strongest man like there is, and he's like brought peace and all that, and it's like, are you gonna fight him for it? Like, you're gonna like do that and the peace? And it's just like, at the end of the day, the only one at this point that can stop Sinbad is Sinbad. And, like, you know, he's literally falling in their hands. He's just fucking putty in their hands being used. And it's like, Sinbad's, at this point, it's like, no, I've got this. I've got this under control. You're being used. And it's like, he's acting like, no, I'm controlling them. I've got everything. And it's like, no, you are in their fucking hands, Sinbad. And you are, like, thinking that you need to be the sole reason. But instead, you're thinking about, I can build this legacy. I can build this legacy of everything that we fought for, like, all this time and all that. Would you rather not be that legacy for people to follow in the future instead of, like, you being the only deciding thing about the future? It's just, oh, it's so annoying, and it's just like, oh, fucking hell, man, what are you doing at this point? And that honestly sounds like when he actually comes into that sacred palace and all that, probably fucking kills Ugo, destroys everything and all that man has stand for. That's probably when, like, David is going to come out of Arbor, is like, good, now I'm taking over that body, gonna use this and all that, like, why he hasn't got a chance to fight me off. And then just becomes a singularity, like there, it just controls everything, and it's just like, ah, oh, you dickhead, no, oh, god damn it. And that's what I kind of like liked about this, like, Magi chapter especially, is that it showed how fucking two-faced Sinbad is. It's just like, and he's doing it with a smile nonetheless, and it's like, you are the most two-faced, like, piece of shit and all that, and it's just like, that annoys me about that chapter, and I was just like, wow, that is true colors just coming out on Sinbad, ladies and gentlemen, just true colors. And I definitely really did enjoy the chapter for that reason, but it's like, yeah, you want to just keep proving to yourself and all that, like, after all that, I'm the right one, I can do all of this, I'm the worthy one, like, and it's just like, seeing it, and it's just like, oh, it annoys me, and it's like, because, you know, full well that he's trying for a good reason, he's trying for the, I feel like, for the right reasons, but then as well, it's being clumped up for, like, the wrong ones, where it's just like, he thinks I can do everything on my own, but it just isn't, and it's just like, ugh. So I am looking forward to the next chapter of Magi and all that, see where that's going to go down, but it's like, oh, you motherfucker. Like, you need to realize that there are other people you can rely on other than yourselves and all that, and it's just like, that irked me about the chapter a little bit. But let me know you guys think in the comment section down below what you think about this chapter of Magi and all that. Did you really enjoy this one, or did you, like, personally, like, really hate how Sinbad's going down? Like, personally, I'm getting a little bit annoyed about Sinbad, but it's like, oh, you motherfucker, like that. Really wish that you was like, just think about things sometimes and all that. But that's all from me, so thank you much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys though next time.